let's make a mini vivarium for our new favorite little gecko species.
These are our baby Neon Day Geckos. And here is the epic story of us making them a jungle paradise and raising them to trust us.
We'll go over all the materials we used, how we built it, introduce you to our geckos, and follow both their growth and the growth of our tank over the last 6 months.
But to tell the story, we have to go back in time.
These little guys are Neon Day Geckos. They're small, colorful geckos native to Madagascar. They eat fruit and small bugs and live in dense forest thickets of branches and bamboo.
And they've been on our list of animals we want to keep as pets for a really long time. Luckily, we have a client that we built a tank for who keeps these guys. And they have really exciting news, which is the geckos are laying eggs. And our client was generous enough to offer us some.
Before those eggs hatch, we're going to need to make those babies a jungle paradise with everything they could possibly need, okay? I'm talking live plants, plenty of hiding spots, and different territories for them to go into, tiny insects to break down all their waste, heat, and UVB lighting. Let's go.
For this build, we are going to need a few materials. A tank, driftwood and cork logs,
Carbonized cork, silicone, black pond and stone,
substrate, plants, and an auto mister.
Don't worry if you didn't get all that. We're going to be explaining everything as we go, and all our materials are going to be linked down below in the description. And some of the links even pop up through YouTube. If you're following along with the build at home, then using those affiliate links is a great, easy way for you guys to support the channel at no additional cost. Okay, let's get to building.
We came up with our build plan, ran it by some local experts just to make sure that we were on the right track.
They said we needed a few more scratching posts, but I think they might be a little biased.
First off, here is the tank we're using. It's an Exoterra Pro 12 by 12 by 18. Now, this is a small tank. It could hold one adult Neon Day Gecko, but this is not going to be big enough to hold a whole family of geckos for the long term. But for the meantime, it should give the babies an awesome place to grow up where we can always find them and keep tabs on them.
We went with the Exoterra Pro because we wanted something that is escape proof. Our morning gecko babies sneak out all the time. You gotta be kidding me. I see you. I'm literally editing right now, and look at this. Out of control. We do not want our day geckos escaping like the morning geckos. The Pro seems very tightly sealed, and it's not easy to open even just for us. We had to watch a YouTube video just to figure out the child lock.
So we're going with the Pro and crossing our fingers that the baby geckos can't squeeze their way out. With our tank picked out, we can move on to choosing our hardscape.
Hardscape is like the bones of your tank. It's the bits of rocks and sticks that you'll eventually cover with foam and plants and moss. We're thinking ghost wood and cork bark rounds for this one, so let's look through our bins.
It's too tall. This could be cool.
We want interesting pieces that are small enough to fit in our tank, but still have lots of branches to give our geckos plenty of places to perch and hide.
Once we've got a few sticks and logs picked out, we can start arranging them in our tank to see if anything calls to us. Usually we do this just by holding up the different sticks in different orientations until we have something that we really like. Then we fill in around it. Bigger sticks first, and we work our way smaller.
It's too big. I think I'd want to cut this in half.
If stuff doesn't fit, then we break it down.
Nice.
Or we take a hacksaw to it and just cut it right to size.
We really like to take our time trying to figure out the different options at this stage.
Good hardscape is maybe the most important key to a good looking tank. A well-scaped tank will look good even with no plants at all. And a poorly scaped tank may never look how you want, no matter how many cool plants you throw in there.
It's not just an aesthetic thing either. Our scapes need to provide lots of hiding places for our geckos. We need branches for them to climb on, especially high up so they can bask in the light. And we need enough space for them to hang out where they don't feel too crowded.
This is the general shape that we landed on. Now, it's time to make it happen.
We're using our special extra strong hot glue to attach our sticks in place. If you're working with bigger logs or heavier animals, you'll want to reinforce it with spray foam or silicone later. But hot glue is still super useful for attaching things quickly.
We're making all these ghostwood pieces look like branching roots from the same giant tree. We're trying to attach them together so that they can weave in and out of our background walls.
We're positioning the cork rounds as if the ghost wood has grown over it organically. So we're looking for places where they kind of fit together, like this.
Let's see how it comes together.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. It's the most wood we've ever used in Escape, and I think it's
Escape.
It's the most wood per cubic area that we've ever crammed in, so I feel like it's good.
We want plants to be growing up the walls, so we're going to attach plastic plant pots to the glass. Pro tip, cutting them in half makes them way easier to attach.
These pots will hold nutrient-rich soil for our plants to latch onto and help mimic the soil deposits that are actually found in the canopies of the jungle. We sprinkled 3 of these pots around the tank.
Now, these pots look a little weird, and there are some pretty abrupt transitions from the glass to the wood. We need to blend everything together, and we're using this sprayable expanding foam. It's black pond and stone spray foam. It's pet safe and looks a lot like lava rock once it's carved.
So I'm supposed to shake this for a minute.
The longer you shake it, the better it works. We're using the foam to reinforce some of our attachments where the wood connects to the glass and hide our pots a bit. We're not using it for our whole background, so we only need a little bit here and there.
Once the foam is in place, we left it overnight to expand.
Okay guys, it's day 2 and we're gonna be peeling back the spray foam. This is the tedious part, isn't it?
It's easier to carve if you only wait 4 to 8 hours, but it's a small tank, so we'll be okay.
We just peel the foam back with our fingers to vary up that surface texture. We're also exposing the spongy part of the foam, which is easier for things like silicone to adhere to or for our plants to grow on.
Now our pots are a little more disguised, but most of the background is still empty. We want to cover up all of our glass with a little something called expanded cork, or carbonized cork.
This stuff is pieces of cork that's been heated up a bunch and then compressed into slabs. It's like the cork board that you'd see in classrooms, only bigger. It looks awesome in vivariums, and it's a fantastic growing medium for plants. It's basically like putting cork bark on the walls of your tank, only it's very lightweight and cheap, and you can control its shape. There's heat-treated carbonized cork, and then there's chemically treated. The chemically treated stuff is held together with glue that is not always pet safe, so you want to make sure that you get the heat-treated stuff. It's usually going to have this dark color, and it'll have kind of an ashy smell. Strong. Once we have our cork sheet, we break it up into bits. We try to break it up so that each piece has a flat side and a rugged, uneven side. We're going to use these pieces to decorate the walls of our tank.
But we are going to need something to glue them in place.
It's silicone time! Today I'm going to be using aquarium-safe black silicone.
We apply the silicone liberally onto the flat side of our cork, then stick it straight onto the wall.
We like to start with big pieces, then fill in the gaps with smaller and smaller pieces as we go on. It's kind of like playing Tetris. This is our favorite method for filling vivarium backgrounds. We're even attaching our carbonized cork to the spray foam from earlier.
If there's any awkward places where we can't get the cork to, we hide them with substrate. So, for example, this little bit of spray foam in the back. We coat it with a lot of silicone, smear it around, then cover it up with our vivarium dirt.
You can make entire vivarium backgrounds using this method, but lately we've been using it only in combination with the carbonized cork.
We let everything dry and voila! It looks good, right? You can tell why the cork is our new favorite background method.
Typically we get our cork panels from Zorro, but I know they have been sold out for like 6 months, and I know you guys have been going absolutely bananas trying to figure out where to get your carbonized cork. And honestly, so have we. We finally found a new supplier. It's called Corkstore24, but it can be pretty expensive unless you are buying in bulk. So we put in a bulk order. We've got a lot of extra, and while we still have supplies, we're going to be shipping out smaller amounts to people who need just a little bit to do their tanks. So if you're interested in that, check the description below, and we'll have some more information while we've still got extra.
If you guys want to stay up to date with stuff like this, or if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. We really appreciate all of you, and it really helps the channel. As you guys might know, our goal for the year was 10,000 subscribers, and we are so grateful to you that you got us there. We've got an epic video planned to celebrate, but you guys will have to stay tuned. But for now, enjoy the rest of this epic video.
It took me a really long time.
Now that our tank has a background, it's looking really good.
We just need to give it a quick rinse off with the hose to get all the ash residue off the cork. It only takes a minute or two, and then we can bring it back inside.
When we Tetris our carbonized cork like this, there will always be some small gaps between the pieces, and we can do two things to help with that.
First off, we rehydrate some dried sphagnum moss by soaking it in water. Then we take the damp moss and shove it between pieces of carbonized cork. Not only does this look good, but it helps retain moisture for our plants. Even after this, there are still plenty of spots where light from outside the tank can stream through though.
To stop that, we are using a black window tint. It's super easy, peel and stick. We just spray the tank down with water, peel the plastic off the sheet, and stick it onto the glass. We cut the vinyl for the sides unevenly so that we could have a live edge that we can peek through.
Next up, our tank needs a drainage layer. This is somewhere underneath the soil where water flows to and can collect without the soil getting compacted and soggy. We're using aquarium sponge. It arrives compacted like this, but it can easily be inflated by steaming it or just leaving it out for a few days.
Okay guys, so after about 5 minutes, this is all ready to go.
We cut that to size and laid it flat along the bottom of the tank. Some of our hardscape kind of goes low, so we had to Tetris our sponge a little bit as well.
Looking sleek and ready for our substrate.
We mix up our own substrate, so we use a mix of cocoa fiber, sphagnum moss, aqua soil, orchid bark, and charcoal. This blend gives us nutrients, water retention, and purification. If you don't want to mix up your own, we're also going to link some pre-made reptile soils in the description of this video.
We sprinkle our soil across the bottom of the tank, sloping it upwards towards the back, and then we also add a little bit in all our plant pots.
Now we can move on to our planting. For our first round of planting, we are going to start off with some ferns. Rabbit's foot fern and maiden's hair fern sprinkled in our pots on the wall.
We're also adding sheet moss as we go. The tank might be a bit dry for this long term, but we'll see.
We also added Selaginella, Marcgravia, and oak leaf creeping fig. At least some of these could climb up the walls and turn our tank green.
And here's how it's looking. Not bad for the initial planting, but let's sprinkle some leaf litter on the ground to really give it that forest floor feel.
Last but not least, let's turn this tank bioactive. To do this, we are adding our cleanup crew. We are using a mix of springtails and isopods. These small insects hide out in the substrate and break down dead plant matter, animal poop, and detritus into nutrient-rich soils for our plants to grow. The cleanup crew can also make a great snack for our geckos.
To keep all these nice plants alive, we need to water our tank. We prefer to hand mist, but to keep the tank happy while we're away traveling, we like to use an auto misting system.
Here's everything that comes in the auto mister.
Just control box.
Tubing, zip ties and wire, and the nozzle heads.
You just put an intake nozzle in a reservoir of water, then run the outtake into your tank. We use zip ties to attach the two spray nozzles to the lid of the tank, then connect them with aquarium tubing. Now the controller will automatically spray our tank down every few hours when we are not home.
Now we can sit back and relax while the tank settles in.
Okay, it's been about 2 weeks, so let's check on the tank.
Everything's doing pretty well. There's a little bit of dieback on our ferns, but that's not a huge deal. It happens when you set up a new tank, and it's a great reason to wait a little bit before you add your animals, so that your plants can have time to get healthy and strong in their new environment. All we need to do is trim back the dead leaves so that the plants can focus on sending all their energy towards new growth.
We are also sprinkling a few cuttings of Pilea Depressa tiny tears. We love this fast-growing plant with the little round leaves.
And surely nothing will ever change that.
A few days later, we also added some little pieces of bamboo. We tucked them inside the cork rounds and in the background of the tank. In the wild, Neon Day Geckos live in thickets filled with bamboo, so we thought maybe they'd like a little bit of it. If they end up using it a bunch, then we'll add more.
I wanted to go a little bit nuts with this tank, so we are going to add even more plants. We got hydrocotyle, which is awesome and looks like little clovers. Another Selaginella species, a tiny begonia, and some Marcgravia since the first bit kind of died. We just sprinkled these haphazardly all over the floor and bottom of the walls. Climbing plants do best if they can root in something like soil that holds moisture and then start their climb. Our walls hold moisture really well, especially toward the bottom, far from the light, so we're gonna start everything there.
Wow, that was a lot, right? In no time at all, we've gone from an empty tank to the very beginnings of a jungle paradise. Now, we sit back and wait for that special call while our plants grow in.
Hello?
Soon enough, the day we've been waiting for arrived. The eggs had started to hatch.
We drove to our client's house to pick up the babies and check in on their tank. It's always a treat to revisit old tanks that we made and see how they've grown in. Our clients have taken amazing care of this one, and it's really wild to see how much it's evolved. You can check out a video on the first 9 months of this tank here.
And look, here are the proud parents. Seeing the adult Neon Day Geckos roam around made us even more excited. They're so colorful and active. We picked up 3 newborn babies, all hatched within the week. Look how teeny tiny they are.
Their eyes were wide as they looked into the giant world. They're so cute, bumbling around clumsily. But don't be fooled, they can still jump.
They like hanging onto our hands right now. We know it's because we're a source of warmth, but we choose to believe it's actually because they love us.
We put them in a plastic jar with some damp smegma moss at the bottom and some crisscrossing bamboo sticks, and then we headed home.
Let's get these newborns into their new abode. They were a little skittish at first and afraid to leave our warm hands, but with some coaxing, we got them one by one to move into their tank.
While they explored, we marveled at how teeny tiny they look in this tank. Crazy to think that this time next year they'll outgrow it entirely.
But we can't just dump these guys straight in the tank with some plants. Reptiles are cold-blooded, so they can't control their internal temperature. If a gecko's cold, it needs to go somewhere warm to heat itself up, or if it's hot, it needs to go somewhere to cool off, or else it could die. So, we need a heat lamp directed at our basking spot near the top of the tank. The heat lamp needs to get the basking spot to at least 90 degrees, but not heat the whole tank, so there's still cool spots for the gecko to retreat to. While building the tank, we chose the back left as our basking area where we knew the heat lamp was going to be. So we tried to position a few sticks at varying heights and distances from the top on that left side. Once we get a heat lamp over it, we actually get several basking spots ranging from super hot to just warm, so about 85 to 95 degrees.
We checked all the temperatures with a laser thermometer just to make sure that they were safe. The heat lamp we're using is a Zilla mini halogen dome.
For our main light, we're using the Kairos WRGB2 Slim. It's got a bunch of adjustable settings and a built-in timer. It's super bright and shows a wide depth of color that really makes the tank pop.
Neon Day Geckos also need a UVB light. This lets them make vitamin D3, which they use to process calcium. Geckos need to be able to process calcium in order to grow and build their skeleton, as well as to eventually lay eggs. In the wild, they get UVB from the sun, but indoors they need something else. We are using the Haiger UVA UVB puck for their UVB light. It's an adjustable LED UVB, which is pretty convenient. And we measured the UVB output using a UVB meter, and the UVI is within their normal range of 1.0 and 2.0.
A little bit of a tangent here, LED UVBs are newer on the scene, and there's a lot of discourse over whether they are safe or not. It's always important to research the needs of your animals in order to make informed decisions about their care. Based on our research and our understanding of the literature, there's been a 2024 study that surveyed 18 LED UVB lights on the market at that time. The results suggested that LED UVBs may have an imbalance of UVA output, which people hypothesize could lead to an overproduction of D3 in your animals. However, we did not find any long-term exposure data or experimentation that's been done to see if that overproduction does actually take place or whether the animals are able to filter out excess D3. Given that it's been a few years and the UVB LED technology is allegedly much better, combined with all the positive reviews of this particular UVB light, we decided to give the LED UVB a go.
We measured a good gradient of UV intensity across the tank, and as of editing this video, it's been about 9 months and all our geckos are happy and healthy with no signs of excess D3 production. That said, I think for the upgraded tank, we are going to go with the tried and true fluorescent UVB bulbs, at least until there's a little bit more experimentation done on the long-term effects of UVB LEDs. We've linked those UVB bulbs in the description as well, along with the LED UVB that we used for this tank. Okay, back to the video.
We really want these little guys to be comfortable around people. So we're going to be opening this tank every day to feed them. Hopefully over the rest of this video, you're going to see them grow very comfortable with us as they come to associate us with food. Over the next few months, we're going to start offering them fruit paste smeared in the enclosure, on a spoon, then a toothpick, and finally on our fingers. Our goal is for them to feel safe and secure being handled.
In addition to that fruit paste, we are going to give them fruit flies as a little snack every once in a while. They go nuts for these, and it's a great bit of enrichment for them to have live prey to chase around the enclosure. Even as babies, they learn to hunt quickly. After a few misses, they were chasing down and snapping up the tiny flies with incredible speed.
While our 3 baby geckos settle in, let's take a step back and look at how the tank is doing.
We absolutely love this tank so far. It feels like a delicious slice of the jungle. Nom 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 nom.
The bioactive tank is working perfectly. Waste from our geckos gets broken down into nutrient-rich soil by our cleanup crew, which the plants then use to grow healthy and strong.
The Pilea Depressa is going a little nuts, climbing the walls, a little too nuts, like we might never use it again nuts. The moss is super happy, especially at the bottom. All the ferns have bounced back. The hydrocotyl has spread across most of the back floor. It's just looking really awesome.
Things like the oak leaf creeping fig and Marcgravia have just started to spread, but they can take a little bit of time. But where are the geckos? Well, at this point, the geckos are still adjusting and they're a little bit shy, but they'll still come out from time to time, especially to bask or eat. See? But let's check back in a month and see how they're doing.
These guys are so much braver than they used to be. I mean, when we first got them, they hid a lot, but now they're out most of the time, and they've already grown. And great news, they do not escape the Exoterra Pro. This means that either the Pro is a huge upgrade over the original Exoterra, or the Neon Day Geckos just don't want to escape the way that morning geckos do. Either way, we're happy and we love our new friends.
They are adorable to watch scurry around. We love that day geckos are diurnal or active during the daytime. Unlike most other captive bred gecko species, like cresties or gargoyle geckos who are nocturnal and active mostly in the evening and at nighttime, day geckos are awake while you're awake.
They're almost always basking or hiding under the leaves of the fern. They don't seem to use the bamboo at all, preferring the smooth top lip of the tank for when they want to hide. It's fun to see them up there looking down on their tiny little kingdom.
Like we mentioned earlier, we want them to be used to people, so we've been trying to hand feed them our fruit paste. Here's our routine. Once a week, we mix up some of this freeze-dried fruit paste with water. We keep that in the fridge, and every day we take 1 scoop and offer it to the geckos. Each time we feed them, we like to tap on this stick right here, then smear some of the fruit paste onto the stick. It usually takes them a while to come investigate, but hopefully by the end of this video, when we tap on the branch like this and add some fruit, they're gonna come running.
Let's go forward another 2 months. Look how much they've grown. As they get bigger, their colors just get more and more majestic and vibrant. By now, we can also start to see their personalities. There's 2 very active and brave ones that are almost always together, and they're first to get the food. They aren't quite brave enough to come eat the fruit paste off of our fingers, but they will risk it for a fruit fly. Then there's this little guy who's a little bit more shy.
We're calling them Kevin, Stuart, and Bob. That's Jane's idea.
We were worried that little Bob would get bullied, but the 3 of them all seem to get along. No aggression, and they can often be spotted coiling up together.
They actually remind us a little bit of cats. They even chase after a laser pointer.
Even at a couple months old, they can make leaps across the entire enclosure with great precision. Pretty soon, they're going to be needing more space.
But Kevin, Stuart, and Bob aren't the only ones growing. The plants have filled in the walls of their tank too. Especially the Pilea Depressa is taking off. It's actually started to cover up a lot of the moss and outcompete our other climbing plants. What started as one of our favorite plants has quickly become a waking nightmare. At this point, we're chopping it back almost weekly to try and stop it from overtaking our other plants.
It's been almost 4 months now since these guys hatched, and they're finally getting a little bit more used to us. We can coax them onto our hands pretty easily, but they won't come or stay put for too long without food. But something is coming that might erase all of our progress training for them. William and I are headed on a 3-week vacation.
Good luck, geckos, we'll miss you.
We set the auto mister to go off 3 times a day, and our friend, Sunspot Shadows, offered to come bi-weekly to change out their food dish.
He's got his own reptile channel, so check him out and see what he's up to. But thanks to him, we were able to enjoy our trip. We drove a lot, saw national parks, bison, watched the World Cup, and had a pretty special moment by the lake. That's right, we're no longer platonic Tangled Earth Vivarium's business partners and roommates. We're now betrothed.
If you made it this far, let us know by leaving a ring emoji in the comments.
I was really hoping for some engagement on this video, if you know what I'm saying.
And in lieu of wedding gifts, we will be accepting likes, comments, subscribes, and hypes.
We've been getting updates from Wilmer, so we know the geckos are doing well, but we were shocked to see that they have doubled in size. I mean, it's crazy. When you don't see them for a while and then you come back, they all seem huge. Well, almost all of them. Bob is barely grown at all. He's still quite small compared to the other two, which means maybe he is actually a she. Female day geckos mature slightly slower than males, and they're slightly small. They're still too young to accurately figure out their sex right now, but it is a possible explanation for the size difference.
Well, it's been 3 weeks, so let's see if they still remember the good old stick knock for food.
Well, Bob might be the smallest, but she definitely still has an appetite. First on the scene and gobbling the food up. Followed by Stuart. Kevin came crawling out soon after. They seemed to remember the stick knock means food, and they came out for dinner in record time.
And they're sharing nicely, which means that Bob's small size is not due to her getting pushed out from eating. It feels good to see them chowing down like this. We missed them while we were on the road. Let's check in on how the tank has grown.
Well, it looks like without our weekly trimming, the Pilea Depressa has completely dominated the tank. It's choked out the hydrocotyle and it covers the entire ground.
On the walls, it's got some competition though. Our Marcgravia is peeking through with some lovely red coloration, and the oak leaf creeping fig has carved out a little niche in a few different spots.
It looks like our ferns struggled a bit while we were gone though. Maybe the auto mister spray doesn't hit them quite enough, but no worries. Just like in the beginning, they'll bounce back in no time.
The Selaginella has formed a really dense spot down here. It's got a super cool layered effect, but it doesn't really climb up the walls right now.
The mosses higher up didn't do great with the auto misters, but lower down, it's growing really well. We've got plenty of different types that have attached themselves to all the different sticks and pieces of wood.
The geckos are really the stars of this tank though. We can literally spend hours watching them bask, eat fruit paste, play with each other, and hunt. Look how much they've grown. I mean, here they were only 6 months ago, newly hatched. And here they are now. It's been such an incredible journey getting them. They've been one of our dream reptiles for a really long time, and they do not disappoint.
There is really no way to describe them except majestic. I mean, they are downright regal, but still adorable at the same time. And we really can't get over their colors. I mean, no wonder they're called Neon Day Geckos.
Their vibrant colors and how calm they are when they're out and about is something we've only really ever seen matched by dart frogs. Not only do we get to watch them move through their naturalistic enclosure, but we got to slowly build a bond with them over the last 6 months. They really do seem to trust us. We went from feeding them with spoons to letting them eat fruit paste right from our fingers. Soon, they're gonna be freely jumping into our hands when called.
We think the tank looks great, but it does feel a lot smaller now. So these guys are gonna need an upgrade, and soon, especially if Kevin and Stuart end up both being males while Bob is a female. Even though they get along fine now, male Neon Day Geckos can be quite territorial once they mature. So they need enough space to each feel secure in their own territory. So stay tuned, because their next home is going to be awesome.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this one. We really appreciate all your support in making these videos. Let us know down in the comments what you thought of Kevin, Stuart, and Bob's journey, and if you have any special suggestions for their forever home.
Thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.